Hello everyone and welcome back to more major qualifier coverage. We've got Vega versus Liquid coming up next, once again joined by the beautiful and knowledgeable Blaze and Shane.
Cheers. Thanks
So
very
yeah,
much.
we got something new for you all. So anyway, getting right into it, there will be a draft coming up, but just before, who do you think? Who are we going for here? Because Vega actually has done very well in this group.
I haven't actually seen any Vega play.
They've only had the one match, so it's
Yeah.
like it's hard to judge
very
just by that.
well in that one match. Everyone, they won at least half of their game.
They 2-0'd Elements, so it's obviously a solid win. Elements definitely deserve to be in the qualifier here, but it's not the true test of skill. I feel like Liquid is definitely going to be that trial that.
Yeah, we saw them yesterday play amazingly. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
this is a good, amazing game.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the
Yeah.
draft.
Because it's underway. So going.
Oh.
Oh wow! Okay, this is very different than what we would expect. We got already Jarex on the Earth Spirit. They let that through, and a Broodmother Phase 1. We haven't seen that in a while.
This is like painful and fun because you got an Earth Spirit and we're like, yay, fun plays. But then there's a Broodmother and a Lycan, an Invoker again, another exciting hero to cost. But I know it's very interesting.
Didn't Team Liquid draft a similar kind of opening yesterday with the Broodmother Earth Spirit?
I
And
don't-
they ended it off with like an anti-mage against an Invoker, so I wouldn't actually be surprised to
we
see.
didn't have the Broodmother in at least one of those games. We did have Earth Spirit.
No,
and
it wasn't the games we were casting.
Oh, okay.
It was later on in the
Later
day.
on? Okay, I would have been asleep as a.
Normal people would have done that.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it seems to be heroes they're very comfortable with, and Earth Spirit. Obviously, we've all seen. How is this not getting banned out against Jarax?
Because they prioritize other heroes. I mean, the Lone Druid push strat is really strong with a couple of teams in particular. We've seen a lot of North American teams look to open with heroes like Death Prophet and Lone Druid very early on. And then the Wisp is actually an auto ban against a lot of different teams in the European scene in particular.
Yeah, especially against Kuroki,
yeah.
one of the best Wisps.
So it's hard to make that call, but something's got to go through. They're more afraid of the Lone Druid than the Earth Spirit, so they give them what they know to expect. Now they say, okay, you take your Earth Spirit, we know what we want to do in response to that, and obviously let's push.
We've seen a few teams kind of play against this kind of push or like oriented draft, and usually what people do is like there's two ways of doing it. You go like split push with kind of an anti-mage, or you just like straight up fight them. In this case, which do you think is better, Blaze?
It's actually really difficult because of the Chen and Dazzle bans. The fact is, you want to just run at them, you just want to go for their towers, but you have no sustain at all. You can go for maybe like an Undying here, and that's okay. But in general, your healing is going to be or your lack of healing is going to be a real problem. You have the ability to take down the towers, but if there's some good long-range nukes just whittling you down, you don't have the sustain you need to stay and keep pushing past just one tower.
It's not. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we'll see what else the teams have for us. Because while Vegas certainly looks like they could be going for an early push, they've got other options here. It is something we've seen that Lycan, with the changes that have been made to him, is a very powerful fighter, you know, and especially with all the units that should be flying about with that crit business going down. Could be just good team fights coming out from them. Broodmother as well, depending on how she is itemizing and playing, if she's the full split push Broodmother as opposed to the fighting one, could really weaken what Team Liquid brings to something against an Invoker. So
I'd be pretty scared if I was Vega right now. You have like very, very little ways to deal with the Broodmother at all. Like early game, sure, late game, swap is pretty good. Invoker can catch him out with a dust, but at the moment you have no wave clear at the start of the game, or no catch potential really.
and now another hero that Team Liquid is very experienced with, the Tusk coming out. I mean, this is, I think, one of their most picked heroes when it makes it through and isn't banned. So I show it's going to be on point this game. Both Mind Control and Jerax play really well. It was something like, I know Lost Patch, they had like an 80% win rate on Tusk between the two of them. But Lena,
Some wave clear, a lot of burst damage for a Brood. It's very good against Tusk as well. He snowballs in, you preemptively light strike away.
No, that's a huge pick, actually. I
Yeah.
think Lena allows Vega Squadron to accomplish a lot more in the laning phase.
Definitely.
Doesn't really facilitate push, but they don't have to all in on that. Like, they can still just get good value out of the Lycan, take control of the dire side in general, and that Lena is huge. Against the Broodmother, if you want to track her down with a Dust Magic Missile LSA, you get a kill, and if she just tries to build up the Spiderling army and farm jungle, one Dragon Slave can put a halt to that very quickly. So I like the Lena pick. I think that actually puts them in a much better position than they were.
so this Brewmaster, while I don't expect them to group up with the Brewmother to push, but it used to be something OG would do a lot, where they would basically have a push lineup, and Brewmaster's threat of primal split would be what allowed them to siege towers, because the other team wouldn't want to team fight. I'm just not sure exactly how this one will be used, but obviously Earth Spirit can help set stuff up for Mazkin Tusk.
I think when Lycan starts focusing down your team in shapeshift, you can just spin them up in the air, not have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Drunken haze them, control them that way. And MKB isn't really an item that any of these heroes go until maybe much later in the game, 4th or 5th item. So it's a really nice pick, actually.
Yeah.
They're still very, very melee-centric.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of running up into people's faces.
Yeah, so
you know what they should end with, clearly? A bounty hunter.
I think
Just saying, full melee.
Vega's axe could be pretty good here on Mag. I know Mag does like the hero.
Yeah. They picked up quite a few times.
It's very good against the Brood.
Is Centaur at all viable? It's someone who
it
got a
doesn't-
small buff last time, and it was a mag
They don't.
hero.
I think Centaur is actually very good in this game because they don't really have
Really?
much. Yeah, they don't have much stun. Like instant lockdown. So it's actually a pretty good escape. It's good control. I actually think Centaur is very good in this game for Vega.
Just as something that Mag obviously used to
Yeah,
run a lot.
definitely.
And he got a small buff to the return damage. It's not game breaking, but maybe. Either way, Vega, I do like the suggestions for the offlane there. Anything else we're maybe in love with it being all melee?
I'm pretty convinced it'll be an axe or maybe even a Centaur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of the heroes work really well. Like especially Centaur. A lot of melee heroes, you can easily blink in and stun them when they're fighting. You can run away from a Brewmaster split.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you could get like an offlane Legion? I know it's like a older style with like Bone 7 and stuff, but the ability to lock down the Brew and make sure that he can't split easily, and you nuke him down with Laguna or maybe some invoke spells.
Are you putting that? It'll work very well, but a lot of people have been used to playing the 1v1 matchup versus Brood as Legion, and I think Brood actually comes out on top with the incapacitating bite.
Yeah, it comes down to player skill,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
Mag
yeah.
also very experienced with Broodmother, though, so it could be something where he can turn that to his... I mean, okay, Mind Control as a newer player, I'm not so sure on his hero pool,
Okay.
because he
Batrider.
is
Nice.
not what I was... But again, another way to lock down the Brew, and also... I think
They're like I don't want to say they're identical heroes, but they have the exact same mentality. Bone 7 plays them the exact same way, and I'm sure Mag can facilitate that very well. Obviously, the creep clear for Broodmother, if you keep the spiders in too long, they're going to burn down, and just really good abilities to move in quickly and find your target.
You can also easily get ice shards, which is Tusk's main ability. You just fly over that stuff. It's good.
Yeah, really keeps you a lot safer. And same with if Earth Spirit rolls in on you, if you can avoid being silenced, you can get out, or if you can wait it out, you just walk away. Always nice. So, yeah, for Team Liquid though, hard carry. They love themselves some AM. I think that would be really hard to run here because you're okay. Gyro, yeah, makes a lot more sense and just.
There's a gyrocopter in the pool for the 10th pick. You're picking a gyrocopter. Like,
yeah,
I agree.
good point.
like you go to the value bin at Walmart for that one. Like that is insane.
He's been getting through a lot. It's actually amazing. I think this is a couple matches ago, the one that was going on before I was on casting, the LGD versus IG Vitality, 4th round pick for a gyro, just very late, much later than we're used to seeing, and I can't tell if it's, hero specialists, like they're obviously comfortable with Invoker, Lycan, and so on, but what do you think's leaving gyro to not be picked so much?
I mean, people are trying to underplay him. People want to just say, okay, the hero's got a lot of nerfs. He's not as good as he used to be, but it's still a hell of a hero. It still does a lot more than most other heroes at each stage of the game, and I feel like it's a mistake to leave it in the pool. I mean, yeah, they want to ban the Ursa because there's a liquid strat. They run Ursa, they run at you, they kill you, but I really feel like you'd rather be facing an Ursa than a gyrocopter here.
Yeah.
So our observer today is LD Dota, and if he misses a single kill, we're gonna flame him so hard.
Absolutely.
Wow, that I didn't know that was the plan, but I'm along for the ride.
Honestly, his casting has deteriorated so much that we've put him in the observer slot.
He's lost his passion. He's just got to be cameraman now.
Oh, but don't you two both have that problem?
Not for long, Mr. David.
Oh gosh.
See, somebody, at least this obs, knows how to use capital letters.
That's true.
Just saying. So we've got some just early kind of chillaxing in the jungle. That's actually an early smoke. Where is the Tusk, though? Normally, is he behind? I can't... Okay, yeah,
He's in
he
there.
is behind them. I was just really worried for a second. They did the old smoke. Only 4 of them, but with the rocket barrage should be an easy either snowball if they can catch someone off with an ice shot. But people are hiding.
Yeah, just look. They're just under
Yeah.
tower. They are very aware of what Liquid are looking to accomplish here in the early game, especially with the Tusk, and they're not having any part of it.
I actually heavily favor Vega's lineup against Liquid. Like, Liquid have this kind of one core strategy. Vega have a lot of catch for both the Brood, and if they isolate the Gyrocopter, they have a lot of burst damage on Lina, and even high physical damage with Alacrity and Lycan.
Also, Gyro's not the hottest of carries. Obviously, you've got 6 flat cannon shots. Yes, you can get a lot of work done during them, but that's 30-second cooldown. If you don't get most of their team to low enough that you're blowing, like, the rest of your team can handle them, if you miss some people because they're outside of that 1,000 range, have fun.
What do you think about this Broodmother starting on him? She's got Quelling Blade, Stout Shield, a Fairy Fire, Sentry Wards pool. No, she bought them, but and even the TP scroll to start. Like, is this a very projected rotation where he plans on ditching the lane as soon as he sees a Batrider?
I guess they weren't too sure about the lanes because they didn't get any vision out of their initial smoke, so they didn't really know what the plan was. So the TP is just okay, suss out the lane, see what's happening. But I do like the Quelling Blade early on.
Yeah.
Just to destroy the Sentry Wards.
Yeah. Since she didn't have... Did she have tangos?
No, Fairy Fire.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so then you can't. Fairy Fire also really interesting, right? We've been seeing a lot of that picked up. It seems like a great item. Usually it's more than an... Oh, I hear...
Can we get the
There's
Jerax
still-
roll there, please? You missed the roll. LD.
We got the Tusk. It's
He still hasn't skilled. Obviously, the Ice Shards does mean that you're going to be having the Batrider just flap on over. But, yeah, I'm interested to see what Earth Spirit goes for here.
It's okay. We forgive you.
So
So-
stack and pull.
Yeah.
Deny the waves. Give Batrider a harder time. Batrider still seems to be finding some pretty consistent timings for Blink and Force. Like, there's a period where after all the Batrider nerfs, Batrider, like, there were times where he doesn't get a Blink Dagger for like 18 minutes, and
Yep.
it's like, what do you do with the hero when you can't find your Blink Dagger? But I think it's gotten more consistent. No matter what you do, the Batrider is going to find something in terms of jungling and from the lane, of course.
And I think they just got a sentry there, or Broodmother maybe killed it. Looked like it was the same cosmetic as the other one. But yeah, this bat... Oh, actually doesn't go back to contest. Maybe is stacking that hard camp.
Yep.
I expected the bat to try to maybe contest the jungle a little bit. Not just hang out for experience, but stacking seems great there. With that camp, though, I know a lot of people have trouble stacking it more than once. Does it have a... does it have a soft cap? That hard camp?
I mean, if you take the trees down, you're going to be able to build that
Yeah,
up
if you
to
can Firefly land
Yeah.
it.
plenty. But
So.
people have a trouble just because of the timing, the box is weird, and there's a lot of trees in that area.
Yeah,
The
you-
box is weird. It's... Yeah. It's
Poor
neutral
man Shield Lycan? Is he really going to take that many? I mean, obviously the Broodlings. That's why links, but it's mostly for hero auto attacks, right? The Poor man Shield?
I agree with you. It's confusing, but also look at that cosmetic.
No.
That is a crazy hair and face. Like, it is like what Shane looked like before he went to get that haircut,
Oh yeah. I
but
actually
only
went
on the sides.
first haircut. I've never been to a hairdresser since I was like 12 or 13, and I just didn't know what to do. It was amazing. It's just like it's like a salon experience.
They shaved him.
They charged me more than Yosin.
Yeah, and they shaved off less hair, I would say.
She just like took 10 seconds, went like that. $15. What a ripoff.
So, but now very shiny. So, looking around, there's gonna be a good amount of.
What's your
the
problem,
problem?
Shane?
What is my problem?
Is it something to be ashamed of? Like, what are we talking here? What's the... Anyway, Batrider, that doesn't... What,
That's not
did
a
he
stack.
just not...
I mean, he was there at the 50-second
was.
window, so
And I saw him pull it,
he screwed it up.
Yeah.
you know. Now, sometimes we all make mistakes. Also, something where, as we just talked about it, that hitbox
Yeah,
is hard.
It's a weird
So-
camp, but
Looking like Lycan and Gyro, about equivalent farm. How's this mid matchup going?
The Invoker is actually kind of falling behind because of the Drunken Haze. It just puts so much pressure on it because you're only using right clicks with Alacrity for Invoker to clear waves.
Yeah, and this is another casual 1 point in each and then no exalt. We've been seeing a lot of that. And here, I guess with Batrider, you can
Yeah,
say
you,
you're
you can do
100%.
Revenge very easily as
So-
well. Like just the stun is enough if you predict where it's going to land.
Yeah.
You can easily set up a Sunstrike. The duration isn't that long, so you have to actually Sunstrike before the projectile hits to
Yeah.
guarantee it.
So they'll be keep poking around, and while noon or no one, what's the what?
It's no one.
it's
you
no
we're
one.
no one.
I asked them.
Okay,
There are a
are
couple-
we Siomaing or are we Sema?
It's Sioma.
Sioma? We're Siomaing.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay, okay. I'm just checking, making sure we're consistent. We know, oh, okay, TP. No, I got really excited that something was going to happen. I really shouldn't have. I think it's both teams are doing kind of what their lineups want to do, sitting
Yeah.
back and forming. It's how they should play it. So very patient.
I think the power curve is like gyrocopter hits level 6, and if he makes a rotation off that, he goes top.
Oh, nice.
Okay, there's the
Jerax.
boulder in, and it's looking like Mag gonna be her first blood. And that was such patience. I was gonna just say how they'd been doing a great job of not overextending against a bat, because you can lead to such punishment, but gets the kill, waits, and just Jerax with those rocks. He's very good with them.
Practice it every day. That's what you get. You get
Does
an
he have
imbalanced Earth
8,000
Spirit.
matchmaking points from Earth Spirit, or?
I don't know.
I thought you know all the Euros. You're European. It's a very small place, right?
Yeah, he moved to Korea for a while, so
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't know.
he's not
Different.
European anymore.
Exactly.
He
He's
lost
dead to you.
him.
He's gone.
It's probably why he's so
Like
good.
all them
just saying.
other mover to Koreas, I hate them all.
Shots fired.
It'd be better if you were wearing his Zephyr shirt right
No, I
now.
took that off.
Yeah, exactly. They're dead to you. So,
You burned it.
so Lycan's saving up a lot. Do you just what are you building here as a Lycan?
I mean, I actually kind of like the Dominator build sometimes. Like, it actually has a lot of value, but...
You may be building Death. Light Striker hits on fodder. Do they have any other sort of follow-up? Ice shots coming out. This isn't so great. Fodder finally uses that Primal Roar. Is there a Venge that... Okay, that's their Venge is coming in. I don't think she wants to come in. Looking like they're going to lose both. Pasha going down. And so, very slowly, will fall. Apparently, it's also Yo Pasha. Yo... Is it Yo or
It
is
is
something?
Yapasha
Whoa.
Yabashu.
Apparently that's what the 9 is for. And either way, we miss out on Invoker killing off
Oh
Tosto. Nice
my
return kill.
god.
What?
We missed a kill.
Oh!
Oh, dude.
No, it's Sunstrike. It's actually really hard. Okay, one of my...
Well,
one of
I
my-
think Wepos would have got it.
Def-
Yeah.
I would have gotten it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you would have too, Blaze.
I've been
But
styling
but-
on that obs.
Yeah. So I think it's something where I actually... The two heroes I find the hardest to catch the kills on, of course, Invoker with the Sunstrike, and also Meepos, when Meepo goes down, because sometimes you're like... You don't see anybody taking health damage on the top bar, and then suddenly it's like, Meepo's dead, and you're like, thank you, UI.
Well, what if the alternative is putting like 5 health bars for
That's
one
what
hero?
I wanted. I wanted actually a drop down to take up all of the screen so you can't see the Dota game.
That's pretty
That's
good.
what I think, Blaze.
Excellent.
Good UI design right there. So finally,
Valve hire, please.
they don't like good UI design.
They
There's
have
gonna be a
dust?
snowball.
They have to have dust, right?
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
dust,
yeah.
and it's looking like Noon going down. No one.
So
going
nice
down.
rotation from the Tumba man there.
And again, just really patient and pulling him off the lane at
Liquid
the
are-
right time.
They're just so methodical in how they play. Like they
Mhm.
never overextend. They just know exactly when to rotate and are prepared for each rotation. It's actually ridiculous.
And we've talked about it before with the whole Fodder being one of the most consistent players, where you're maybe not saying Fodder does flashy plays, like you're not saying he fountain hooks like Dendy, but he's always going to consistently be doing well. There's going to be a stun onto Jerax. He could think about going the other way, and he does. And we actually pop transformation for that.
Okay.
It's still, you can maybe... it's not really going to be able to push the tower here. I'm trying to be positive, but of course it kind of sucks that it
That
got
was
used
just an
up.
amazing play by Jerax, getting the silence off on both of them
Yeah.
and making the escape, baiting out the shapeshift.
Doing work.
Yeah, and we're getting some in-depth view of how Panda smacks around creeps. Also, okay, so he's Brewmaster. You think he's a Panda? Like, I'm no Panda expert.
He was a panda, then they
Okay.
changed him. He actually, when they first put him in Dota 2,
He was a
he
panda.
was black and white. And then, like, a week
Whoa,
later, they
whoa, whoa,
retextured
whoa.
him completely.
Like, with those eyebrows and black and white.
He was straight up. Like, they put him in as panda, and then a week later, like, yeah, no, he's a bear now.
I mean, okay. There's going to be a nice boulder in, but
Oh.
Mag... Oh, he is stunned there.
I
Gonna
don't
take the
think so.
cooldown.
I don't think so.
Not enough, so a nice escape there, but obviously he is having... his lane's getting harder, so we'll see. Who are we sunstriking? That's not...
Why would he sunstrike his own teammate, LD?
No. Shade.
Got him.
Yeah, so mind control also, we haven't touched too much on this guy, right? But he is not having too rough of a time. It is something we talked about in the draft where he's not... they had the Lena for the wave clear, but will they be able to get a kill? Also, what is that gold box? Like, what?
That's a pretty late Midas, actually. What goal box?
Oh, I meant the courier. It was... Like,
Oh.
I don't get how a box flies. Then again, it's Dota, that's magic. Never mind. We'll move on. So mind control's actually, I think, doing pretty okay in this lane, although...
How do you feel about the Orchid
On...
on the Broodmother?
Yeah.
I mean, it's too late for the Batrider usually. Like, he'll get in. You usually cast like a Yule's on him after he lassos. It's really hard to get the silence right when he blinks in. It's good, of course, against the Invoker and stuff like that, but it still feels a little awkward to me.
If they're gonna fight together, it makes sense, I guess. You know, because you have a lot of supports that are like Venge is destroyed with a Orchid, and when are you ever gonna like Yules is not really an early game item on Batrider either.
The best obs is a silent obs LD.
I hear that Brewmaster has picked up a salve, so that's a big item pickup for him right there, guys. Just wanting to point that out to you all. So, we've got Yi Pashu. I can't say that. I call him normally. I just call him Pasha because there's like a couple.
Pasha's fine.
The only reason I think they differentiate is there's another Pasha. There's like 3 Pashas or something, but not all of them are.
Doesn't it mean mother?
Oh, oh no! It no,
it does mean that. Yeah, I think it does.
Oh, okay. I will.
It's whatever.
Yep.
No, that's their names. They chose names. There you go. But yeah, it's gonna be an okay time to Orchid. It's gonna put some good pressure out if he can start controlling the jungle area. But Vega, they're building themselves up. They got the Vlads on the Lycan now, Midas on the Invoker, so he's got a very clear trajectory. Blink pretty slow, I would say, for the Batrider. Mag has not had a great time. He's actually looking at net worth. He's down bottom 5.
It's a lot down to Jerax on the Earth Spirit and just how much pressure he creates on the map.
Yep.
And 1 urn out. Will they go for 2? Will we see more? You think we'll find out next after these messages. No, we don't have these messages going on. But we will be seeing, I think, oh, okay, it looks like we're going for the top, not quite making it, but this should free them up for a little bit of a push up there.
Yeah. The Lycan's not going to defend it. The Lina just TP'd back, so that's going to be a lot of damage on the tower, probably a kill. Yeah, oh yeah, it's already really low, so that's free tower.
Yeah, Mind Control's already been doing good work up here. And as you said, getting him closer to his Orchid.
What's happening bottom? There's a Tusk
they're also
rolling in.
pushing. The Tusk, yeah, oh, okay, there is a Batrider dying. That would do it.
Yeah, he just snowballed in with the gyro, and they got the kill on the Batrider. Slowing down that blink again.
And obviously the ideal is the Batrider gets...
Did they actually do that?
Do they just
magnetize?
Oh, he is going down. Laguna Blade does finally blow up Jerax and punish him. Can they find a return kill? A nice swap. This is a little D. They put him in the snowball. He's going to get hit by the tower with the minus armor. Well played there. Solo and Sioma doing so much work.
That's what we talked about in the draft with the Lina and the Light Striker right with the snowball. It's just so much control.
Yeah, really good control and great rotation, of course. They needed something like that. It looked like it could have just been a freebie for the Invoker, but that's what Vega needed to do, is turn that. They suddenly go from 1 kill to 4, and it's on all important heroes.
Exactly, yeah. I think they need to give this farm to Batrider top, definitely. Because I think they're playing this game is, you know, get a pick with Batrider, take Roshan, get objectives, but it's a lot on Mag to get these early the pick-offs, otherwise they can't really push.
Do you go Blink Gem, or is it too dangerous?
Full stop.
I think you definitely need a 4 stuff.
Because I think you can't, just because of things like the gyro, like, depending on who you grab, you want to get in and out. But then I do agree with you. Obviously, the gem would be fantastic here, and it's just a matter of whether the bat can get up the farm or convince one of his supports, hey, bro, help me out. In the meantime, we're going to see balls to the face with Jerax helping out there for Sioma, and there we go. Technically boulders, I guess, right? Yeah.
Technically.
Yep. That's the...
They're shaped like a ball, though.
Yeah, I just... All of the circular things really confuse me, so... Yeah.
There's
like
a lot
your
of
head.
them. It's geometry. It's all over the place. But like in Necro 3 next, I mean, seems pretty obvious, but it's still something that kind of has to be considered. Alternatives, BKB's really good against the Brewmaster and such. So I could say like BKB into Necro, but it's more likely going to be the other way around.
Jerax is going for it. He actually did connect there, but a little too late from the looks of things. So, but Gyro gets the kill on the Batrider in the mid lane.
That is just not having a good time.
No.
I mean, it's how it goes, right? You have some trouble at the beginning, and it's just hard to find some more. And then also there was the primal split to help. It's not easy being a bat in this game, realistically, and you didn't get a great start.
I'm pretty sure LD's gone home, and this is someone else observing, because I know his knowledge of the game is much higher than this.
Jeez.
We're going to be seeing a tower going down, but Pasha's going to actually not sure. He does get Warriors punched up. He's going to decide to run around the ice shards, and we've been seeing that a lot out of Lycans. Not quite sure if they want to go in or out. Of course, you got a great escape mechanism, and they blow up Gyro, looking like Deafening Blast helped out there. But again, we talked about this. So much stun. You can easily magic missile into Light Strike Array as long as the Tusk isn't around to put them in the snowball.
So swap, reposition, kill the gyrocopter, and they just need to do that like 7 more times.
Honestly, that's why I like Vega's draft so much more. Like, if you kill off the gyrocopter, how can they fight?
Mhm.
Yeah. 7 more times,
But-
though. That's a lot.
But if
I think
you
that's
have,
an exaggeration.
if you have, yeah, it's a mild one. Yeah. But if Jarek's is sitting behind him constantly, like it feels like it's gonna be difficult.
Oh,
Well,
we have the
you have
pings
swap.
coming out.
You have Blapper, Lasso, you have so much burst damage to follow up. I don't know. That's
They
what we were
get it.
talking about. You know, you get to pick on one of the cores, you just instantly take Roshan. Maybe even push a tower.
Okay, so he's going Necro.
Yeah, and Lena getting close to the Yules, so they'll be having that up probably by the
Okay,
next team
Do
fight.
you see where Lena is on the net worth? I bet you by the end of this game, he'll be top 3.
Yeah, but that's
if
really
they're
common,
winning.
right?
It's just the way Solo and Vega play around
Yeah.
this as well, though.
It's true. It's very true.
Also with Brood in the game, she might be able to
Yeah.
catch up some gold there. And it's just not uncommon for Lena's. But the Orchid is up. Let's see. Broodmother, it feels like, obviously is pushing that top lane. Do you stay up there? Do you try to rotate to another one? Get some
I mean,
more
your
towers
webs
down?
are all there. You have to keep control of that
You
area.
can rebuild, you know? And okay, there's going to be boulders. Solo immediately picked off, and Sioma trying to run away. Does have the Ebola on her. But
Does he have Blink on bar? Still no, right?
no, I didn't think so.
Jarex doesn't give a
Oh,
fuck
he
about
did.
his
yeah,
It
we're
magnetize.
got
wrong.
cancelled. It got cancelled, yeah.
Yeah, like I actually have to just do what Jarex does and just drop magnetize every chance I get, because I usually hold it for like 10 minutes, and it's like you just use the spell.
Yeah.
It's not that long cooldown, not that bad of mana. Just use it. He pops it every chance he gets,
Mhm.
and I should learn from that.
We should all learn from Jerax. He's actually ridiculously good. So, Fodder running around. What? Shane's still hating on them.
No, he's really good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Shane probably knows.
You
some
sounded
weird-
surprised.
Well, no, sometimes we like jokingly flame the misses, and I don't know.
No,
I
J-
still wonder about like whether when this team, when stuff goes wrong, if they flame each other in other languages. Either way, farming up on Pasha. For this Lycan now, it looks like Necro probably coming out, or it could be Basher, I guess.
No, I think he has a recipe on the courier.
Oh, yep, fully done. So, just gonna pop those up, and
I think
it's getting better.
Necrobook is actually amazing against Brewmaster. You know, he has a low base mana pool, and if you get some CC on him with Batrider, you can instantly drain all his mana.
No shapeshift going on. We're
Oh.
gonna see Lasso come out as
Yeah.
well, but it's tough to find if he goes
He
for the
has the
split.
split, yeah.
Yeah, also he's haste. This is not the easiest.
Just doing a few laps at the Radiant
Yeah.
jungle.
It's really good for you. Cardio is really
Yeah.
important, folks.
Stay-
All of you
stay
sitting
fit.
at home, you should do that. Set up, do some stretches. What's the, I don't know.
Get fit.
That's like doing some stretches isn't getting you fit, but it's a start. Okay, so as you can see, Solo back to farming, very close. She's in.
Very hesitant,
okay.
actually. Like most players would just be like all over her right there, but he's like,
He's
I don't-
aware of the bait, though.
yeah.
The Invoker with the 4-star first, just for ice shards.
No, the Brewmaster as well. Like
For everything. Like,
yeah, Brewmaster.
there's
claps
actually
him
not
as-
a single hero that you don't want to be force stuffing away from in some
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, I would believe it. It's going to be interesting. It doesn't feel like Vega. I really do feel like they have pretty nice team fight, albeit so does Liquid. But
Depending on how the
nobody's-
Brood plays, to be honest.
yeah, and nobody seems to want to go for a fight yet.
Has a lot to do with mind control, because you constantly have to be aware of the pressure in the top lane and react to it.
Do you feel like Vega's not playing around their Aegis well enough? Like it feels like this Aegis might as
Okay,
well
let's
not
have,
exist.
let's have a look at the items. Hold on. Are they waiting on anything in particular?
No.
No, I mean Invoker has a ton of gold, but that's not.
How close is the 4-staff on the Batrider? Oh,
Oh,
Solo.
nice. Yule's being
Okay.
used up there. There's a lot of lings, but
Oh, the
she'll
farm.
just get.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's nice. It's always good. But again, as you mentioning, the Aegis not being.
They have a little while.
They only have a minute and a half now, even less. So it's like I feel like this Aegis might as well not be there.
Although it does look like they're trying to catch out Brood Mama, and whether we blunk backwards. Never mind. We're not going for it at all. In the mid lane, it looks like there's some action happening. We've got a smoke. Wolves poking around. I doubt they saw that, but they will scout. We're gonna
Oh.
see.
Big crit.
Fodder, you doing his boots on the. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be. He doesn't manage to get off the smack because he immediately does primal roll. Really nice swap coming out from Sioma. The Batman trying to get away Light Striker Ray, but some of those creeps don't care about it. They've already picked off the Venge, of course, and the Ebola coming out. Oh, just the run away from Pasha. He's thinking about going back in. I don't know if he knows when the Aegis expires. Don't know if
let
it's
the
still
man
up.
get
They're
lassoed.
gonna try to kill off Fodder, but instead it's gonna be the return kill, and that is Aegis
Invoke
down.
cooldown.
Unfortunately, coming back as
You
the
can definitely
normal
blast it, I
Wolfman, and he 4-staff. Oh wait,
Yeah, we're
okay.
good.
Nice.
Yep.
The
That
4-staff
works.
coming up huge in that fight. Saving
Yeah.
the Batrider, allowing him to get the last 2 off.
Absolutely.
and
Cool,
then-
saving the Batrider until he.
No,
Well, yeah,
it's-
it's at least means that he does something in the fight
Yeah,
rather than just
exactly.
dying and contributing absolutely nothing. So it was a swap, and then it was a 4-staff.
Mhm.
is able to contribute. The Aegis came into play. Obviously, with a Lycan, it's not going to do much because no shapeshift, but at least that's less gold that Liquid get from that exchange.
He used it right at the edge as well. I think he went back in realizing he had a few seconds.
Yeah.
So.
It's just like, but the fact that Liquid are so confident to just say, I don't care that your Lycan has an Aegis, I don't care that you probably have Blink Force coming out on your Batrider, they still take the initiative, they still make the jump, and they still take a superior engagement.
So with that, we've got BKB up on Gyrocopter, also had a casual Yasha, I think, in the helm of the Dominator. He's foaming up a storm. It's what happens with Gyrocopter. And
He's stacking the Ancients as well right now.
yeah. Obviously one of those heroes that wasn't affected too much by the changes to the jungle. Still has a lot of physical AoE.
Yeah, the biggest nerf for him was the MKB. No consistent damage, or less consistent damage from the flat cannon. But it still doesn't matter. That hero's still insane.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so for Vega, how do they deal with this Broodmother? Because as you mentioned, her constant pressure on the top lane is really hurting their ability, it feels, to
I think
teamfight.
once they get the Force on the Batrider, it won't be an issue anymore. He's closing in on it pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's something. And I feel like Liquid's in a good spot, obviously, but so Vega has some things they can do. What do you want to see? We smoke ganking, we just waiting on items still?
I think we wait on the Batrider to finish Force, and then you can make stuff happen.
Sure.
You know, you can team up with just Venge and Lena, and they have enough burst damage between the three of them. I think to kill most of the team. Maybe not the Panda or the Gyro, but at least the other three.
So Liquid have more experience than a Midas team, like and a Lycan team that's supposed to farm faster in the jungle. Like they actually are equal in experience and slightly ahead on the side of Liquid. 5 kills, of course, but it's still Midas that is giving consistent experience, and Liquid don't have one.
I think a lot of it's the stacking efficiency, right?
Yeah.
You just can't... There's so much gold and experience you get from having Ancient stacked every minute since about probably, what, 9 minutes in or so?
Also, Broodmother constantly farms. Like, it's just, she just farms. That's her thing. The BKB for, like, after Force Staff on Invoker, very defensive, respecting Jerax's Earth Spirit and the Panda as well.
Oh, but it's looking like someone named Solo, gonna try to go for the roll in, and the Panda gonna maybe cut her off.
Oh!
Okay, Solo just...
He's a god!
That's incredible.
Wow.
I think if he was, he could have went for the kill, maybe.
What?
I don't know. I would have went for that.
Then you get silenced at the last second, then you have self heals, and then it just gets weird. It's just do that. TP win.
Yeah,
What
it was god tier.
What do you go next on the Invoker?
That's,
One of us
I've
here is
wondered
a
about
filthy Invoker player.
Me?
I hear you have 2 accounts that have filthy Invoker
That's
player.
not. That's
No?
just hearsay.
Yeah?
Yule's Blink is pretty good because they have a lot of like gap closing. You can get away from Snowball. You can get away from Earth Spirit. You can initiate with it on the Broodmother. There's the BKB kind of. It means you want to fight right now, which is very. It's very kind of strange to me. I don't know. I think you just split push. I think that was what they wanted to do in the first place. Get bots, split push.
Do you think Liquid will let them, though? I mean, they have a great 5-man lineup right now.
Oh, they apparently are. They've only sent home the Brewmaster, and he actually may be in the danger. It looks like the lasso is coming out. Do they have the damage? The Sunstrike going to help out. Fodder is down, and the TP rotations have stopped. So they're getting this tower a very successful push there.
Yeah.
I don't think you spread yourself so thin like that.
You definitely can't against Batrider.
I think they thought they were a bit ahead, and maybe thought the Batrider was off farming somewhere since he had been so behind.
He has Force now as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he didn't expect that kind of response from Vega, or he wouldn't have made that TP, but I feel like in general, Liquid are going to be much stronger when they're together rather than apart.
Yeah.
They both have the silly box. The silly flying box as their couriers, but one's gold. What is
it's
this?
It's a lockbox. It's
TI3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
that's
TI2 or
fancy.
something.
That's okay. There's going to be...
Go, Spider, go!
Lena is around. The
Spider
baby...
senses? No.
Yeah, let's be real. This Spider is not doing the best. And Shane over there is dying. Just in case you want an update, he's gone. Oh, okay, good. Yep. I think we're good. But we'll be seeing... Yeah, there's going to be the Ags coming out of her, and suddenly she gets very scary. Although, this Gyro at this point probably has the Sanjin Yasha up. I'm assuming
does.
that's
Well,
what
what's he going for? Shivas?
Okay, Solo gotta dodge one thing. They do end up throwing out the dust, and is that the end of it? Yeah.
Okay. What is he going for? An Invoker?
On the Invoker? I don't know. It's like he's been saving up so much gold.
He has a plate mail.
Okay.
He could just Shivas or Lotus. Oh, like what?
Lotus is pretty weak, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
AC,
You just don't
casual
like the rush.
AC.
No, AC isn't bad.
I mean, it allows him to farm the spiders like every time.
With the Shivas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shivas is okay, but I think AC is definitely better. You already have a lot of physical damage. It counteracts a lot of the gyros damage.
You just usually see on the Lycan as well. Like,
Yeah.
is the Invoker going to be with the Lycan that enough for it to be warranted?
Some very arguably defensive items coming out from this Invoker. As you said, much more used to, okay, well, we have the initiation. They actually don't disable the blink here. The rocket is going to hit on him.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't matter that he's silenced up. He's got items, and now Matumba Man in a bad spot has that BKB, and everybody running away. Snowball going to go in, but with that max move speed, looking like Pasha going away. They need to just burn out this. That's a 10-second, was it?
Yep.
It was
That's
9 or
that
10.
isolation.
It was
You
very
cannot burn a gyrocopter's 10-second BKB so easily.
Yeah.
That is something that you'll never see. But they isolated him perfectly. They disengaged cleanly.
Fada doesn't have enough mana. Oh, okay, somebody just mana booted him.
So yeah, the Brute. I mean, like, whenever a 10-second gyrocopter BKB is popped, you usually lose like 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Brute Split comes
Exactly.
out, your fight is a disaster. They just got a free BKB charge for a couple of short cooldown ultimates.
Yeah, really well played that.
I think that's why they're going defensive items, to be honest, because they realize Matuma Mans are solo core, and all they have to do is stall the game, and they have so much, through BKB disable and burst damage. With the Ags coming up on Lina pretty soon as well, it doesn't matter if you BKBs, you'll just evaporate.
Who's the dad of all of Sprood's children? Is there...
It's like Star Wars. It's like, don't need one.
Yeah, it's like Godzilla.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The best Godzilla, right?
Yeah,
You take blood pregnancy tests through blood.
something like that.
I have
don't
no
know.
idea what... I actually haven't Star Wars.
Have you seen Godzilla?
No.
We'll just leave it at that then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
So Matumba Man is going to be... he's got Sanjay. He's going for the butterfly. It makes sense against the wolf man, but there's a lot of magic.
Butterfly's perfect here.
Of course, when his BKB
you-
does get low, it's a little scary. Because you're just going to get Laguna Bladed.
Thank you, LD. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought maybe Scotty would have been pretty decent in this game as well.
Really? Why would you say that?
Because they have a lot of magical burst damage, and the only physical damage they really have is coming from Lycan, which can be kind of controlled with the Brewmaster with the Drunken Haze already.
Yeah. There's some definitely value in that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we have some initiation again. Solo, can she get herself up in the air in time? She does manage to, but we're pulling Fada. I don't know if you want him right in there, but the stun, he's blown up before he can get off the primal split. This is going to be a long BKB. Solo most likely giving up his life, but already did so much work on that Lina. So we will see the Wolfman running around, thinking about catching someone else. Can they catch Akura? No way to stop that. Do they? Oh, okay. Never mind. Cold Snap, I think, was what we saw come out. And now Matumba Man on the run of his life, flight of his life. He's Gyro. He's got little feet powering that, but really nice team fight coming out from Vega and just doing mad work there. And we talked about this. The Lina, he doesn't have enough health. People on their side.
Yeah, exactly.
Liquid.
The Laguna Blade just does too much damage, and they have too much control for the Brewmaster, so he's unable to get the split off. I think he actually needs to get a BKB.
Well, I mean, she's got the Laguna Aghanim's, so it's
No,
still
but
tough.
he just needs to ulti, like BKB, go in, clap ulti.
Yeah. You don't think like a Lincoln's maybe?
No.
Okay.
I actually think Lotus Orb for Liquid is nice, right?
Yes,
There's
it
a bunch
is.
of stuff that's really great
It's crazy good, yeah.
And unfortunately, who's going to pick it up? Because Earth Spirit's really looking for... I mean, I guess you want the Tusk to get eventually, since Earth Spirit's going to be working on the Aghanims.
yeah.
I was just like, what's that word? But yes, Batride is finally going to get a gem from humble beginnings of an awful, awful lane.
Yeah, that's
all
a
the
really
way
nice
up.
gem pickup. That is going to enable so much
This
for
is-
Vega.
Oh, it's probably a BKB, but I
It's
got really excited it
definitely
was going to be an
BKB.
Ags. I have small
Oh, gosh,
dreams.
no.
I have small dreams.
Please, no.
Why, you don't like
I
the
think it's
Ags?
pretty good.
I think it's a
I don't think they'll get the position
very
for it.
lackluster upgrade that is
Whoa.
extremely
Whoa.
situational.
I think it's really
Whoa.
good if you have AoE stuns, in which they do. They have Invoker and Lina.
But like, how are you actually going to get that double lasso? Like, it doesn't seem like it's possible.
Luck, skill, dedication.
Hard work.
Yep, that one too.
Oh.
So
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, I think it's pretty gimmicky too, I agree. But it can work in certain circumstances.
if they had anything to group people up, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
definitely
you're
a
right.
BKB.
You're right. It's a bit. Maybe sixth item when he's gonna be sixth slotted
Sure.
with those tranquils. Oh, okay. Did they just smoke
Yes,
there?
they did.
He's got the pull onto the BKB unit. There is the swap over. It's looking like Sioma in a lot of trouble with Solo from the sidelines, making sure to help out. And the Brood is blown up immediately. We're now gonna see Kuroki taking a lot of damage here. Is put in
Punch
a
him.
snowball. Matamba Man fighting up against Pashu has that BKB worn off, and they are just ripping through people. Solo may die. Has done a lot of good work. Pashu probably needs to back on
Oh
out here,
boy.
but the control coming
He's
out
so
from
screwed.
the primal split, and Invoker.
His tornado,
Noon has
right? Oh,
no
ice
more
I think
mana.
it'll be
He's
just
very
that.
low. And they'll see Second Life if they can do anything. It might just be the old walk away. They're popping up the Invoker. Matama Man also has no mana, so he's just relying on them big old right clicks. They're poking away at people. Can they help out? Mag is back and ready to rumble.
He has
Let's
a
say
lasso.
hello. Of course he has a lasso. Fodder also going to be burning in the fire. He didn't really pull him maybe as far away as he'd like, but this should enable a lot of folks to TP
Nice.
away.
Oh God!
And what's this high voice going on? You worried? They're all fine. It's Vega. It's
Yeah.
Vega,
They
Shane.
definitely had 3 seconds for all those TPs. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as the Bruce split ended, there's no way to actually kill any of those heroes.
He just like knocked the stealth out of that man's hand as he killed him.
I think they had the rocket on the. Didn't
Oh? No, he had no mana, I don't think. Maybe you're right, Shane. Maybe your high-pitched voice was justified. We'll tell each other that.
I was just excited. Sorry, I'm just watching Dota 2.
Yeah. So, and we can see it actually has been a surprisingly close game. I didn't know if it was that close, but it felt like Liquid was very in control a while ago.
Sure.
Um,
That's what Bird does, though. Like, she gives you the opportunity to create and take advantage of space, and you're able to get a tower advantage for sure. You're going to be able to control the map, but what you do with it from there becomes the question. And I would say, like, Invoker could go...
okay, what the hell is going on?
I'm done. I'm done, Invoker.
What the hell
This
is
is
going
these are
on?
not items. This is not a
Come on,
complete
no,
line of
guys.
thought. This is I'm
It's
doing
fine.
everything.
He's
I was about to
gonna-
talk about MKB, and like he's got an ultimate orb and a plate mill. Like fuck this.
No, he's just gonna. Okay, guys, we can make this work. Next, you gotta. What's an item that doesn't build into either of those? A weird thing to pick up.
Quarter stuff.
Yeah, just boom.
Say exactly. Oh. Yeah,
Um,
you saw the anti-mage game from the summit?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
With the Hyperstone, right?
We've been seeing actually.
Well,
a
yeah,
lot of
he
the
had the
casual
Hyperstone
Hyperstone.
because he was up against like a Phoenix, and he didn't go Manta style. He went like BKB, and all. It's just nonsense. It was just nonsense.
Good. Oh yeah,
Oh,
mind control
boy.
getting tied up there. Oh, it's like a rope of fire. He's dead. How does that work? He just like throws a rope of fire around them as a
Yeah.
lasso.
I guess it's like the movie with the guy on the motorbike get made out of fire. Have you seen that one?
No, what are we talking? I haven't seen Indiana
Nicolas
Jones
Cage
either.
is in it.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
That's
the
it.
one.
I have
the funny
this-
thing is, like, she hasn't seen any of these movies, and I'm glad. She's better off not having seen any of
Ghost
these
Rider
movies.
is not great. Like
my understanding is a
Godzilla 1998 is like.
yeah, Godzilla's a classic. We don't talk about that.
I've
Okay, yeah,
seen
Hex. Nice. All right, that's pretty good. It's an item. It's complete. It's not.
Solo. Oh, okay, Solo, you're so good at Dota right now. Gonna dodge the ice shots to boot, and they are having so much trouble killing this Lina. It's actually ridiculous.
I honestly think Vega is pretty far ahead, despite the large net worth advantage on the
no,
helicopter.
it's yeah. No.
Well, you say that, but they, in my mind, they have like a 3K net worth deficit on this Invoker. Like he's not actually building items.
No, he's got a Hex.
Yeah, come on. And now he's gonna build up those old armor boots that don't exist in this game, so it's great.
Yeah,
he'll have
maybe-
that slot. No, obviously he's gonna get rid of the TPs, get bots, and pick up. Still don't know if it's the Shivas or the AC, but either seems.
What does Lycan have, LD? Oh, he's not
Lycanthrope.
listening.
Yeah, no, it's because he's looking for the kill chain. Look, you messed him up. Oh,
Just throwing him off the game.
That's on.
Yeah.
That's on me.
it wasn't your finest hour. So the Axe is really slow this time on Jerax.
What does the Lycan have, David? So he's okay.
Oh,
He also has a
so,
play
so
mail.
So he's
probably
gonna
he'll
do
go
AC.
the
He
AC
just
and then
wanted
the
to be like
Shivas.
his friend.
Yeah.
They just want to dress up together, wear their plate mails.
Is that a thing you guys do?
Yes,
Every day.
just
That explains all
play-
the Zephyr shots.
plate mails at dawn.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be seeing Dawn's... Actually, no, Dawn's not for ages, probably, at this rate. So, we're going to be seeing Matumba Man after the Butterfly. He's going for, I'm assuming, MKB.
Yeah.
So, not a lot of other options. It's
Really?
What? You think it could be
You
crit?
just don't like the rack of HP, right?
Yeah. Also, it's more. You sure is MKB not like a Daedalus?
So I was thinking maybe it could be crits. I wouldn't be surprised if it were just because nobody has evasion on the
Yeah,
lineup
that's what I'm
of
saying.
Vega.
Like, what's
I haven't seen a gyro. Like I don't know the numbers now because they've changed the MKB numbers.
Yeah.
But like it used to be, you never go dataless on gyro.
yeah, I agree, but
This patch probably has shifted that a little bit though.
Oh, could be Rapier. Hey,
Yeah,
of course
don't
it
forget
could.
about that. Solo gonna use himself up again. Will they have some... Look at Control, doesn't have enough health. Taking so much damage from the Forward Spirits. Laguna Blade comes out, but this time, this team fight being won by the Gyro, and Pasha needs to back on out a little
Okay.
bit. This tower is pretty low, so as the babies come in, all
the no boy back on bat is pretty bad.
Are they called like Luke 1, 2, and 3? Oh no, that's not the right one. Anakin 1, 2, and 3, the babies then?
definitely what they're called.
Yeah.
That is
'Cause-
exactly right.
Yeah, so we've got Fodder taking a meatball to the face, but not
Oh,
gonna.
the swap
Oh,
out, okay.
really well done. But at the same time, I think they might be losing a set of racks here. We're gonna be seeing Lena with the buyback. She doesn't. Laguna Blade should be coming off cooldown soon, though.
Oh,
This is at least a
boy.
set of racks. I don't know if that buyback was exactly what they wanted. Fodder going in has the primal split still, and Solo has to be very careful. Silenced up. Oh no, Posture just going for
Punch
the TV
him.
out.
Whoa,
How
where's
much
punch him?
damage?
Oh!
No! Were they being body blocked there? Nice heals up from the Lena, and we'll be seeing them probably try to put damage on another tower, right? They just should be able to stay in. This is
Oh
really
my
bad. Suddenly
God.
Vega is falling apart. Laguna Light Strike Array comes out, and the
They
base
might be
is
able to
gone.
get some kills here, though.
This is honestly down to buying a Mithril hammer on a Bat Rider.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, the bat is pulling him backwards. Kuro will we be seeing, but again, maybe not the targets you
Got
care
him.
about. Blowing up with the Laguna Blade. The BKB is back on Matumba Man. He is going to be running forwards. Ice Pulse or no. Yeah, Newton trying to do what he can there, but doesn't matter. Venge is down. At least some damage reduction on their side. Rax is fully
Okay,
gone.
Liquid like made the amazing play of picking off the Bat Rider, and he just bought the Mithril hammer to finish his BKB, but didn't expect them to be all there and pushing. And all of a sudden, it's just like, oh shit, we kind of lost the game.
Yep, just a little bit.
Yeah.
The
So honestly, I thought this was Vega's game to lose.
It was looking
I-
good for them. There's going to be
If
a tornado.
they played it correctly,
yeah,
Oh,
if they
no.
played it perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say just even correctly. They did have to execute really well.
their lineup for me was just better. But
Yeah, and then they call it. That was a surprisingly kind of anticlimactic end there.
oh right,
So, yeah, but with that, folks, we'll be... I don't know, it was... I
this
don't
is how
know.
Liquid play every game though.
Yeah.
Like they're just so, like
They're
just
Very
average
disciplined.
kind of. Like they play
Well-
no, not average.
Oh,
okay.
you got to
Okay,
rephrase that
Okay,
for
I'm
sure.
rephrasing. They play just kind of normally, consistently for ages. They don't do any crazy plays. They don't overextend, and then all of a sudden they just win the game in like 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah, I rephrased it.
Oh, 2016, get wrecked!
Oh yeah, I said that last year. Honestly, this observer, I don't even know. He missed like so many kills.
Oh man.
So, yeah, we'll be... I don't know, I think it was still a really good show. Clearly, Vega... Actually, not. I mean, a lot of people were thinking that Vega was really weak going into this. They actually haven't played many games on this patch right now. There was some tournament they were in, but other than that, it's been really hard for us to gather stats on
Yeah.
them. So I think they're actually performing quite well. But just as we saw, Liquid every time, disciplined play. You give them an inch, they take a mile. We've got no, it's probably Euros watching. Give them. That's not a phrase. That you don't really say. Give them a centimeter. Give them take
You
a
can
kilometer.
say that, sure.
Yeah, it's not great. Anyway,
People
so
watch Hollywood. It's fine.
yeah, excellent. So really well done there from Liquid, and we'll go into a game 2. I really hope they can 1-1 this up because I do think Vega's performing well, but you just can't make those mistakes against Liquid.
I agree. Honestly, the Mithril Hammer purchase on the
Oh, yeah.
Rider, not having buyback,
Yeah.
still having your ulti.
Yeah. I mean that everybody sees that, but it's all hindsight. That's like, oh, he didn't think that was going to come down to it. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. Like, I didn't expect them to be able to push so
They
quickly.
just exploded.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was ridiculous. But
Mhm.
that's
So-
Liquid for you. You can't make any mistakes, or they will
Mhm.
capitalize on them.
And with that, I have to imagine we'll be going to a break while we wait for game 2 to get
Mhm.
started. So once again, thank you for watching. We will be back shortly once that lobby's up and running. So, it might be a while because, right, Liquid always takes a bit
Maybe.
in the
Eh,
lobbies.
They usually talk between games. Kuro does like to discuss it a little bit there, but talking about like actually who has the advantage going into the next game, I felt like Vega can't get a much better draft than that. Like they can have a different draft, but as far as like actually
that's-
having the potential to take the mid to late game,
That kind of seemed like their comfort draft as well.
Yeah.
Like they had the solo, Lena, who's pretty much famous for it.
Mhm.
They had the Mag Bat Rider. I don't know, it just seemed like they had a lot of single target things that had to go right. And it didn't, basically.
Yeah.
So with that, break, I think.
Yeah.